Welcome back to the DFS Special. I'm your host, your DFS Jerusalem, coming to you live from the list. You got 150 entries, and then you're a shark, and I don't fuck with you. So there's too much good shit on here. This is the often imitated, never duplicated. I'm here with my lovely co-host. Thank y'all. Stay safe. Enjoy. I may have been calling in to work. You're gonna be in the running for the Snowflake of the Year. Get your shit together with your Snowflake. I'm here at the crib, man, and I'm just finishing up inside. Throw them bitches in the main. I'm telling you. You're gonna see the results, bro. You're gonna see it. This is what's really gonna help you out. You know how I feel about the home dogs. There's a lot of fight in the home dogs, and I really think a lot of shit to go over tonight. Who that scored all them points over there? Player of the night. Get him in your lineups. Get him in there, and let's go get this money. Thursday, let's go, and remember, in the sweatshop, we always keep it 300. Welcome back to the DFS Sweatshop, where I'm your host, the DFS Jerusalem, and you can follow me, of course, on Twitter at DFS Jerusalem. Yo, real quick, the homie Terrence Jones went ham in the G League, okay? 27 points, 16 boards, 6 blocks, 5 assists, and 2 steals in his second game with the G League team. This would have been a 73.7% point fantasy performance. Shout out to the big homie. Yo, Terrence Jones will always have a special place in my heart. Last year, he helped me to take down a FanDuel GPP. Shout out to the homie Kyle from Fantasy Phenom. Hit me up with that play last year, man. Oh man, so yo, tough night for us here in the for me here in the sweatshop. I was on a few really great plays. But just couldn't put it together in my roster builds, and I want to put this in perspective. I want to lace this with the proper context. Okay, so we're looking over last night's games, and you know, all of the totals were fairly similar. There were only a couple of games that we could see that probably could or should blow out, and those two games that were probable to blow out were actually the two closest games on the slate. So for me, the first thing I try to do, the biggest part of DFS for me is, because I watch every NBA game, one of the biggest parts of DFS for me is taking a step back and assessing the slate. As a tournament player, a guy, I don't play cash games. I play single entry GPPs and regular and tournaments. I step back and I look at a slate in its entirety, and I try to, if I'm hosting SportsCenter the next day, I try to do the top plays and have it all in my head and play it all out how I think it's going to go. And sometimes I'm right, sometimes I am completely wrong. And this was one of those nights for me where I was just so wrong about what was going to happen in the game. See, part of DFS is being able to tell what's going to happen in the game. Like, guys that are good sports bettors are good DFS players. We have guys in our group that do that, right? And I just read the slate wrong. When you don't read the slate right, for a player like me, it's going to be very hard for me to select the right guys in the right spots. And when you look at it, I did not see the Detroit Pistons blowing out the Indiana Pacers there. I did not see that. I did not see that. So that means that my exposure to Drummond was high. My exposure to God damn it. My exposure to Drummond was high. My exposure to Oladipo was high. My exposure to Reggie Jackson was low. My exposure to Tobias Harris was low. I did not see Dallas hanging in there with the Raptors. So my exposure to Kyle Lowry was low. My exposure to DeMar DeRozan was way higher than it should have been. My exposure to the Dallas Mavericks guys was non-existent. Okay, I did not see. Well, of course, I kind of saw Miami beating up on the Heat, but I didn't see him blowing them out by damn near 30. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't see that. And there was a point in that game where that game was way over. So I didn't have much exposure to anybody in that game except Bismack Biyombo. I didn't see Chicago beating the Bucks by this much, but I did see this game. I did see Chicago hanging around in this game, so I had some done, but I had way more Giannis than I had done. You see what I'm saying? I know I didn't see Brooklyn hanging in there with San Antonio, so I didn't play those guys at all. I didn't see. I saw Utah kind of trying to hang in there some with the Denver Nuggets. That didn't happen. I didn't see. I didn't see Phoenix beating the Grizz, so I had way more exposure. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. And Jokic leaving, bro. I was about 50% Jokic, and him leaving out of that Denver game really cost me. It really did. It really cost me. But it is what it is, man. Definitely didn't see the Clippers just doing that to the Sacramento Kings. So all in all, I read the slate wrong. I did not see Jokic getting kicked out. Who could have seen that? So you pack it up. You live the fight another day. The good thing about it is I manage my bankroll in such a way where I don't lose it all in one night. I don't lose it all in one night. I've got somewhere to play with, and we've got a really solid, I think, 10-game slate popping off for tomorrow. Yep, a nice 10-game slate, and they're starting in Charlotte, man, where the Celtics are going to take on the Hornets, man. So I might be in attendance for that game. So let's roll through a little bit of what happened last night. We talked about some of it already in terms of how the games shaped out. Let's go ahead and talk about the feature 4 plays of the night. These are the 4 most talked about, tweeted about guys in the DFS sweatshop, in the Facebook VIP, and as well as on Twitter. First guy we're going to talk about is the Who Dat, scoring all them points over their player of the night. And if you were inside of the line drive, you did hear us discuss Tobias Harris and chop him up. I really felt like either him or Thaddeus Young were going to have a really solid game, because both of those guys are not very good defending their position, that power forward position, that stretch position. And we saw Tobias Harris just catch fire early. He kind of gave us blue balls because he had 30 of his 44 points in the first quarter, I want to say. So we really should have saw a lot more from him, man. 29 minutes, 30 points, 6 boards, 1 assist, a steal, only 1 turnover. That is a mistake-free basketball. And he hit 7 3-point shots. Very solid game for you, Tobias Harris. That's why you are tonight's Who Dat, scoring all the points over their player of the night. And do not forget, man, we saw him do this earlier in the season. Had a string of mediocre or less performances. The price went down, and when it was at its lowest, man, he came up big and went ham for 44 DraftKings points. Next guy I'm going to talk about is the how did I miss that play tonight? And I should be kicking myself in the arse for this one, because I told myself I am fading him on DraftKings, but I'm going to play a shit ton of them on FanDuel, and I just didn't do it. I didn't get around to doing it. The guy comes out and plays 34 minutes, 32 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 3-point shots. He had 5 turnovers, but he did get a steal. This guy had an awesome game. He fouled out with 6 fouls, but still, man, awesome game for Devin Booker. How the fuck did I miss that? He is that play for me tonight. Now let's discuss the heat check play tonight. It can go to none other than Chris Dunn at 7K. Beautiful return on that salary. In a really good game he played against the Milwaukee Bucks. 34 minutes, 20 points, 2 boards, 12 assists. Did get 4 steals and 2 blocks, 4 turnovers, but a very solid game for Chris Dunn. Salute to you, Big Homie. You are the heat check play of the night. And now we must discuss that one motherfucker.
Snowflake, snowflake, little snowflake, little snowflake falling from the sky. Snowflake, snowflake, little snowflake, falling, 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 falling on my head.
You snowflake motherfucker. Thaddeus Young, tonight. How the fuck did you get cooked? I'm talking about you were barbecue chicken. You were on the grill. You got completely destroyed and terminated. You got destroyed today. In 22 minutes, 5 points, 2 rebounds, 1 block. Now, I was gonna make Jonathan Simmons the snowflake of the night, but at least his man didn't drop 44 DraftKings points on him. Thaddeus Young, what the fuck were you doing out there, bro? Tonight, he's a motherfucking snowflake with your snowflake ass. And I'm not going to roster your bitch ass again. Now get the fuck on out of my face. Let's get on with the rest of the motherfucking show. Now, we've arrived at a point in the show where I think it will be a good time to discuss who I was on last night. And I had a core of plays across both sites that were pretty much the same. I had way too much Donovan Mitchell, way too much Zebo. They got blown out. I had some. What I had? Yeah, I had Giannis. Then I had Andrew Harrison. The only one that approached value was Andrew Harrison. So that could tell you how bad of a night it was for me. So let's go ahead, jump into tonight's 10-game slate. Really, really solid shit that we got for you, man. Let's go ahead and jump right into it, man, because we've got, we got a good 10-game slate, and I think this is something for us to get into. This is gonna be nice. All right, so here we go. Y'all know what time it is. You know where we going. First game we got. Let's do it. Let's do it.
I've got holes. I've got
Charlotte, baby. That's where we at, man. We got the Boston Celtics going to Charlotte to take on the Hornets here. We've got Kyrie Irving priced at 8.5. Kemba at 6.6. Yo, Kemba at home is 6.6. Man, yo, he has not been playing well. Over the last, I want to say 6 games, bro, we just have not seen, like, lights out Kemba, the Kemba that we need to see. Now, that game away against Milwaukee was good. We had him there at 4.7. But I think he was overshadowed in that game by Bledsoe. Bledsoe dropped like 50-something. I think maybe 60 on him. So, look at this last, man. 33, 47, 28, 24, 31, 40. I want to look at the home, man, just to get a look at this. This is not good. Kemba, oh my God, 33, 28, 24. This is not good at home. And this is the cheapest price we've seen Kemba in quite some time. I'm talking about, I don't think you can find him anywhere for less than 6, for 6.6. Like this is the cheapest we've ever seen Kemba Walker. Cheapest we've ever seen him. And for that reason, against Kyrie defense, I think this is a spot where I do want to take a look at him. And there's a very good chance I might be at this game. We got Dwight Howard at 7.2. We love to attack the Boston Celtics rebounding the basketball, number 1. Number 2, we love to play Dwight Howard at the crib. This is the number 1 ranked team against centers. So this guy is definitely going to be in the minority if you want to play him here. I do like Dwight Howard. I think he's going to be usable at 7.2. The one problem is this game could blow. That's the only problem. This game could blow. This game could blow. We've seen the Hornets play down recently, man. But the good thing is this is the first game, I think, of a homestand. Or this was the second game of a homestand. I think the last game they played at the crib was against Milwaukee. And that was they played them twice. Yeah, they played them twice. And they were home against Milwaukee. And they played them twice in the last 2 games. So, second game of a homestand. They've had a couple of days off. I think we can play some of these cats. MKG, don't really love him a lot. Nicholas Batum at 5.4. I think he is going to be usable. Jeremy Lamb off of the bench at 4.9. That could be solid. Maybe a little Frank Kaminsky at 4.1. I kind of like some of these Charlotte guys. Baines, no. I cannot play a big. I'm not going to play a big against Dwight Howard for 2 reasons. Number 1, the Hornets, they feed him the ball. And I think Dwight Howard leads the league in fouls drawn in the first quarter of games. Like, that dude just gets hacked. He knows how to get hacked. And he leads the league in double-doubles too. There is a positive in hacking Dwight Howard because he's not a very good free throw shooter. So some teams do employ that strategy where they try to foul Dwight Howard and put him on the line, where if he's lucky he's gonna hit 1 of 2. But it's just, the risk for me, the risk here of 2 quick fouls against Dwight Howard is always something I want to avoid. So I'm not going to make any use of the big guys here. Batum is not good this season, really regressing or still injured. And what it is, he's got that nagging elbow thing, man. That's been a big deal for Batum, man. It's been a big deal. But, he did have a solid game last time out with 14 points, 6 assists, and a rebound in 32 minutes. I think he can do well. I think he can do well in this spot. I really do. to me, I wouldn't play both of them. Yeah, I wouldn't play him and Kimba. I would choose one. Actually, I would choose one of these guys. I would choose Kimba or Dwight Howard or Nicholas Batum. And if I wanted to play two of them, I would pair him with a guy off of the bench like Jeremy Lamb or Frank Kaminsky to kind of play a little bit along the game flow line. You look at Kyrie Irving. Yes, I like him at 8.5. I think he's definitely going to be usable. Al Horford, not a big fan of him at 6.8, but he's very cheap though. 6.8 is a good price on him. He's fairly cheap, and I wouldn't have a problem playing him in the spot. Jaylen Brown is a game time decision at 5.3. If he does play, I think he is usable if he does play. But the fact that he's a game time decision, it kind of makes me not want to be on him. And we've got so much more, to look at with this slate. So Irving, Horford could be solid plays. I absolutely love Irving, I don't like Horford as much as I like Irving. I love Irving here. I really do. Jeremy Lamb, Marvin Williams. What value do you look for the core four and the rest of the lineup? What value? So next game we got is going to be the Dallas Mavericks going to the Indiana Pacers. I'm looking for 6x, bro. I'm looking for 6x, man. That's what I'm looking for. I'm trying to find it. You know what I mean? We got Dallas going to Indiana. Both of these teams are on a back-to-back. 205 points is the total. The best guys, the best guys on these teams are young. Like the very best guys, like Harrison Barnes, back-to-back. It doesn't matter. He's gonna ball out. He's gonna play well, and he's 6.6, and I like him. Like you just saw what was able to be done against the power forward position against the Pacers, and he got the guys that have that type of game where they can stretch and play 3-4. You can play 3 or 4 and rebound and shoot the ball. Kind of draw Thaddeus Young away from the basket and shoot the ball over him. Like Harrison Barnes, a guy that I do like. I like him in the spot. I think he's a very good play here. Dennis Smith Jr. How much minutes did Smith Jr. get last night? Let's take a look. I want to take a look at that. Let's go back to NBA, NBA.com, and I want to see how many minutes Dennis Smith Jr. had last night and exactly what he did, because I watched some of the game, but he wasn't the one that was killing it. It was J.J. Barea and those cats off of the bench that really did well. Let's take a look. We look at the box score for last night. Let's look. Okay, so we got Dennis Smith Jr. Yeah, he played 26 minutes. The minutes are solid. The minutes are there, but he only had 8 points. 3 for 14 shooting the ball. That's horrible shooting, but it's enough shots though. He should have added more points. Didn't hit a 3-point shot. He had 5 rebounds, 4 assists. So he pretty much made value. He pretty much made value at that cheap spot. So Dennis Smith Jr., man, at 5.1, I'm going to be looking at him. Because if he can get 25 plus minutes, I kind of like that. Dirk Nowitzki on a back-to-back, you probably don't want to go there. Don't want to play him. You got Maxi Kleber at 4K. I think he can be usable. J.J. Barea at 5K. Don't really love that. Don't love Yogi Ferrell. On the other side, we got Vic Oladipo is down to 9.1. I think he is usable. He's a guy that I don't think is going to have 2 shitty games like that back-to-back. Miles Turner, I'm not in love with him. Darren Collison was almost a snowflake of the night. Thaddeus Young at 5.7. I think he can be usable here in that spot. Lowry got off last night. So maybe Collison could be in play at 5.5 as well. DSJ looked decent, just couldn't get a few shots to go in. That's kind of what I saw. That's kind of what I saw. So I kind of like that, man. And then maybe some Lance Stevenson too at 4.3. Next game we got is going to be the Washington Wizards going to Atlanta to take on the Hawks. We got John Wall, who I feel is almost where we need him to be in order to play him. As long as he's under 9K, we can play him. Like he's almost there. But I gotta tell you, jumping out the gym for me right now, the guy that's jumping off the page for me is easily Otto Porter, bro. 5.9. I absolutely love Otto Porter in this spot. I think him, John Wall, is going to be in play for me. Kent Bazemore, fairly decent perimeter defender. I don't know if I can, play Bradley Beal because of that. I don't like Kent Bazemore a lot either, but I think that Dennis Schroeder at 7.3 can be in play for us. Gortat at 5.6. Whenever I really love Wall, I've got to look at some Gortat as well. He's now 5.6. That's a very solid price. Plus, he should be able to do some solid rebounding against the Atlanta Hawks. They do struggle rebounds in the basketball. Then we look to John Collins off of the bench at 5.6. The dude is still getting 20-plus minutes, so that means he's going to be in play for me. Ersan Ilyasova at 4.8. He's going to get the first crack at a double-double, so he's going to be in play for me. I will have one or the other, either some Ersan or John Collins. I kind of like both of them, but I don't want to play them together because if one plays well, he'll keep the other one on the bench. Then we got Kelly Oubre Jr., Ian Mahimi at 3-4. Mike Scott is down to 4-5. I don't have to play that. Oh, it's a 10-game slate. I don't have to play that shit. I really don't. I'm good on that. I'm good on that. So give me some John Wall, some Otto Porter, maybe some Gortat. Keith looks interesting at 4.7. Maybe he can come in and do some solid rebounding. I did play him last time out, and I think he did have like 29 points. Yeah, 29.25. I played him last time out at 4.4. The ownership was very low, and that was a 5-game slate on Christmas Day. So I kind of want to get back there. Gortat has looked much better with Wall back. Oh, yeah. Yo, John Wall sets the table for Gortat, man. He really does. I am afraid of a blowout in this spot, though. I really am. Because, the pace of this game is going to be dictated by the best player on the floor, and that, without a doubt, is going to be John Wall. So I like Washington to really, really handle this one. Next game we got is going to be my New York Knicks going to Chicago to take on the Bulls here. And Chris Dunn, run that back. 7.2, very solid price there. I like him. I think that Denzel Valentine at 4.6 is going to be in play. Robin Lopez at 4.5, playing against his old squad, could be in play. And I'm going to be real, I'm going to tell you, Enes Kanter at 6.8, bro. This is the worst team rebounding the basketball in the league. This is the worst team in the league rebounding the basketball, the Chicago Bulls. And I think Enes Kanter can have another nice double-double. I'm not talking about a 32 and 20 game. I'm not talking about that Christmas Day. I'm just saying a nice little 12 and 13 with maybe a block and a steal, something like that, can be nice. So I do like Enes Kanter here at 6.8. I think that Kristaps is in play at 8.6. Courtney Lee even looks a little good to me at 5.1. I wouldn't have a major issue there. And if you wanted to get super jiggy with it, you've got Frank Nitti priced under 4K at 3.8 coming off the bench. Should see some solid minutes. I think last time, didn't Bobby Portis wreck us last time they played? No, it wasn't Bobby Portis. One of them cats like did the motherfucker with us. Maybe it was Nwaba. Maybe it was Nwaba. Yeah, Nwaba had a good game against us last time we played. Yeah. But that was when him and Denzel were like, they were beefing with him and Denzel. Yeah, because he had 23. Yeah, Nwaba had 29 off of the bench. So, Holiday, man, 5.3. What's he do against the Knicks? 15. I don't love him. Miritic is balling now. Let's take a look at Miritic. 23, 24, 33. Nah. And the price is still up, man. He's 6'5". I don't like him. I don't like him. Is Beasley just off our boards again until Porzingis? Pretty much. Like I'm not gonna get to Beasley unless unless we don't have the homie playing. Because you look at it, 18 and 12, 48 in that one game when Porzingis just sucked and went 1 for 10 or 0 for 11, excuse me, from the field. 38 in his absence, 46 in his absence. He doesn't play. He doesn't get a ton of minutes unless they're getting blown out or Kristaps is hurt. So Jerry and Grant played on the Knicks. He did. So did Justin Holiday, I think. I think they were a part of the trade, weren't they? They were part of the trade. Somebody asked to look at Bazemore and what he's done against the Wizards. 21, 20, 10, 38. Not great. Next game we got is going to be the Denver Nuggets going to Minnesota to take on the Timberwolves. We got the Denver Nuggets on a back-to-back. We've got the Timberwolves giving up 5.5 at the crib at a 214.5 point total. Buckets, yes, I like him at 8K. I like the fact that we get buckets that cheap, man. I like that. Karl Anthony Towns at 8.7 can be definitely be a play for us. Jeff Teague at 6'1", I kind of like him. Wiggins at 5'7", he is so fucking cheap. And he's I can't do it. What about Nwaba? I'd rather just play Valentine. Personally, I'd just rather just play Valentine. Nwaba did play well last time against the Knicks, but that's when Valentine didn't get a lot of minutes. Jamal Crawford at 3.9. Gorgie, I would never play you again at 3.6. Gorgie Jang, never. Tyus Jones, 3.4, backing it up. Could be usable. Jokic at 8.6. I think that's in play. Karl-Anthony Towns does not limit big men, bro. Not at all. Gary Harris is going to have much work to do with Jimmy Butler at 6.2. So the defensive usage, he's going to be out there a lot. Is he going to play well? I'm not sure. Jamal Murray at 5.9. You get him under 6K with Jeff Teague defense. I wouldn't have an issue there. I think that Wilson Chandler at 4.7 can be a solid play. And, of course, Will Barton off of the bench at 5.8, under 6K. Is a guy that I kind of like. Yeah, I got to look at Wiggins, bro. I liked him last time out, and he played pretty well. I mean, 29, 23, 20. No, the shots aren't there for him. They're not. Ever since Jimmy Butler was like, I'm going to do all the scoring, he's done all the scoring. Yeah, and that's crazy because, the Timberwolves do not play a ton of people off of the bench. I mean, you're going to see a little bit of Gorgie Jang, a little bit of Jamal Crawford, and a smidge of Tyus Jones. After that, you ain't seeing the rest of these motherfuckers at all. And it's Jimmy Butler. They love Jimmy Butler. So, I like buckets, man. I like buckets at 8K. Now, he's going to have his hands full playing with Gary Harris because Gary Harris is a solid defender, you know what I'm saying? But still, I mean, Jimmy Butler. And he's going to go into point guard mode, wave Teague off, make Teague run around screens while he acts like he's going to give Teague the ball, but actually go and score himself. Jimmy Butler, he's taking control of his team, so definitely want to consider him. Next game we got should be a good one, man. Brooklyn Nets and the New Orleans Pelicans. 220.5 is the total here. We got the Pelicans at the crib, man. 10-point favorite here. Brooklyn Nets, man. Yo, that was sad what happened to Reggie Jackson last night, man. He's not a guy I don't absolutely love to watch him play, man, but he was having a good game. He had 13 assists, 8 points. He was kind of balling and rolled his ankle pretty bad, man. Shout out to the homie Reggie Jackson, man. Hope you get well soon. But Ish Smith gonna be the chalk from here on out. So, DeMarcus Cousins 11.5, Anthony Davis at 10.8. Both of those guys I think are gonna be in play. We know they can eat against Brooklyn, man. They can just eat against them all day long. Drew Holiday, 7.7. I absolutely love him. I think Etuan Moore is in play. If you want to get real cheap and jiggy with it, Jameer Nelson can see, some minutes off of the bench at 3.4. Spencer Dinwiddie, I like him at 6.9 here. I can play Dinwiddie now. It looked like it was a smokescreen last night. Dinwiddie being a play against San Antonio, it was a smokescreen. And I liked it in the beginning of the day, but I kind of got off it as the day went on, and I just didn't love it. Now, if Brooklyn is to stay in this game, I think Allen Crabbe is going to have to shoot well. And he's got the highest usage on the team right now at 32.9%. So I'm going to take a sip of the Allen Crabbe, maybe finish it off with a little bit of Karis LeVert off of the bench at 5.2. Because if they're going to stay in this game, those are the guys that you got to take a look at. Quincy Smith brings up a good point. And Darius Miller, he is minimum salary he is 3.3, 300 over minimum salary. And the only way I can play him is if I really feel strongly that this game blows out. It exceeds this 10-point total, and we see him be the reason for that. Like when they bring in the reserves, if they continue to pour it on this Brooklyn team. If I believe that to be the case, then I can take a shot at Darius Miller. Next game we got is going to be the Toronto Raptors going to Oklahoma City to take on the Thunder now. We got Toronto fresh off a back-to-back. Oklahoma City, they're giving up 3.5. This almost screams to me to pair Russell Westbrook at 11.2 with Steven Adams at 5.7. And this is one of those fair spots where I love Adams more than I love Westbrook. I don't have to play Westbrook here, but I am going to have some Adams. And because I like Adams so much, I've got to get the guy that I think is going to be setting the table for him, okay? And we got Paul George at 7.1. Melo is down to 5.5. He's probably going to be covered by Serge Ibaka. Serge Ibaka used to play for Oklahoma City, but Serge Ibaka is such a selfish, lazy basketball player that revenge narratives doesn't even matter. He doesn't care. He got paid. So it's not like he's going back to Oklahoma City to be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna show them they should have. He doesn't care. He just want to get paid. So the revenge narrative is not the reason why I like him. I like him because Carmelo Anthony, one of the worst defenders in the league, and that's why Serge is gonna be in play for me at 5.9. And also, Serge is not a very good defender. So Melo, 5.5. Both of those guys are going to be in play for me. I think I'll be playing either one or the other. DeMar DeRozan at 8.2. I think he does bounce back here. We get Kyle Lowry under 8K, and for that reason, I am going to have some exposure here. This could be a stackable joint, bro. 210 point total. Both of these teams are scheduled to get over 100 points. This could be a stackable joint because, especially on Oklahoma City side, because they don't love the bench too much. I mean, the rotation is fairly short. And it's so top heavy with Russell Westbrook, Paul George, Anthony, and Adams that's just the way it is. But I could see this game being a really good one. You've got Valanciunas at 4.7, who just had a lot of minutes in that game against Dallas last night. OG, who they don't like to give him 20+ minutes per game. This is a spot for Pirtle too at 4.2. I could use him because I think I could use Jakob Pirtle here. I really do. I kind of like that one. This is going to be a good game. Ibaka been playing well. I guess he's been hitting the chicks. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at Ibaka last few. 25, 27, 37, 33, 43. Let's look at what he does against the Thunder. Okay, he dropped 50 on their ass last year, and he had 15 against them too. So that is Serge Ibaka. He can straight come to play or not. So that's just where he's at with it. I want to look at Lowry, see what he's done against the Thunder in the past. 53 last year, one time he saw him. And then we got DeMar DeRozan. Take a look at him. 28 and 55. Okay. And that's last year. Siakam. Yeah, Siakam, he keeps getting leapfrogged, man, in the rotation, bro. He had 9 and 13. He keeps getting leapfrogged in the rotation. Next game we got is going to be Cleveland Cavs going to Sacramento to take on the Kings. Yo, if they do that shit they did last time where Jakar Sampson is just like steps up to try to play LeBron, I'm going to play Jakar Sampson. Is he still even there? Yeah, he's still there at 3.2. Do we think that's going to happen again? Do you think that's going to happen again? So we got LeBron 11-7. And the easy answer to this is like, yo, LeBron off a loss and a day of rest, man, they're going to blow the doors off of Sacramento. That's the easy answer. And then you see what happened to Sacramento last night, them getting blown out by the Clippers, and that's going to kind of make me squeamish to play anybody from this game. The one I think Zebo is in play, maybe some Cauley Stein. Love at 8.3 looks like a guy that I can use. Jeff Green at 3.9. Like, I don't like this shit, man. LeBron 11-7 against Sacramento. In Sacramento. And you can't predict blowouts, bro. Last night has shown us that even more. You can't predict blowouts. And as long as George Hill, Buddy, I'm Buddy at 5K. I'm going to use him because no matter what happens, Buddy should get some minutes. And maybe even George Hill at 4.5. But this is a tough game, bro. Right now, if I had to pick right now whether I'd be playing LeBron or not, I would be fading LeBron, which everybody is thinking now. So playing LeBron is going to be contrarian. Yo, playing LeBron is going to be contrarian tomorrow. It's going to be contrarian play to play LeBron. And because you've got the other studs on the slate. Like, you've got Westbrook. You've got, Boogie. You've got AD. So it's going to be tough. Next game we got is going to be Utah Jazz going to Golden State. You got fucking Kevin Durant. So Kevin Durant 10.9. Sign me up for that. I like that. I won't have any issue with that at all. Donovan Mitchell, I'm going back to you at 7K. You let me down last night. You owe me some money. You owe me some money. Just Coolin says you can predict Cleveland not blowing anybody out. Buddy sat the fourth in the blowout. Mason got that run. But Buddy had a good one though, didn't he? I think Buddy finished with a solid total. Let's take a look. Let's go back. The last I saw, Buddy was dropping buckets. You know what I'm saying? That was the last thing I saw. Yeah, okay, Buddy only played 17, but yeah, 10 points. Enough. Oh, no, yeah. Buddy was bad. Buddy was not good. Let's go back. Nobody. Bogdan had 4K, maybe. They've been struggling with shooting guards. So we got, okay, Favors at 5'8". He's in play for me. Ricky Rubio at 5.7 is a guy that I think we can use. This game could easily blow out too, man. This is a 12-point total. This could easily blow out. Clay D versus Donovan Mitchell. I see people like that are just straight up scorers. Okay. Donovan Mitchell, to me, is so prolific as a scorer. Like, the one-on-one defensive game really doesn't bother me. A team has to play good team defense against that position in order for it to really, like, mean something for me. Because you see Donovan Mitchell, the DVP is 27th. So that means that the Golden State Warriors don't play great team defense against that position. You know what I mean? The primary ball handler position. Like they don't, you know what I'm saying? So for that reason, I think I can get there. I wouldn't have an issue playing them. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have an issue playing them at all. Now Clay, on the other hand, at 6.7, he's gonna be in play for me as well. I kind of like him, especially if Andre Iguodala is out. That's gonna bump up Draymond for me at 7.5, who I think is usable. And this game, yo, this game, hello from Greece. What is your personal opinion about Giannis? He's my favorite player. He's a motherfucking snowflake tonight. He says, hello from Greece. What is your personal opinion about Giannis? He's my favorite player. He's a motherfucking snowflake tonight. Both teams have limited the shooting guard position, but who knows? Coming from Sam Dizzle. I just, yo, is it me? Am I a sucker for a dude that can get to the rim and just make shit happen? Because that's what Donovan Mitchell does, bro. That's what he does. Let's check him out on the road. 17, 31, 36, 49 against Chicago, 23 against Milwaukee, 48 against Oklahoma City. I'm just a sucker for this cat, man. I like him. He's one of my favorite rookies. I like him. Going back to Jordan Bell. I think you can. Well, Jaja should be playing. If Jaja starting, no. Jordan Bell has to start for me to really, want to get some of that. Unless I, absolutely believe the Golden State total. You know what I mean? The minus 12. Last game we got should be a good one, bro. Memphis Grizzlies and the Los Angeles Lakers. I was kind of squeamish last night about playing Tyreke Evans. And this was part of it because it's a back-to-back. I didn't really think that they would stretch Tyreke out. I thought that they would make easy, light work of the Phoenix Suns. I didn't think that the kid would come back from off an injury with that soft tissue joint and really blow it up the way he did. Talking about Devin Booker. So, I didn't think that Memphis was going to struggle with Phoenix and actually ended up losing that game. So, you look at Marc Gasol is automatic to me at 8.8. We've seen the Lakers struggle against bigs. And the one warning I do want to issue for that is a lot of that was due to the defensive woes concerning Brook Lopez. Brook Lopez refused to play defense. So that definitely is something to look at. But I like Marc Gasol at any rate. I think Tyreke Evans at 8.4. He's going to be in play for me reluctantly. Brandon Wright got the start last time at 3.6. Didn't do much with it. James Ennis is a guy of interest at 3.2. You can take a look at Andrew Harrison at 4.1. Is a guy that you can take a look at. Brandon Ingram, man, if he does play, he's probably going to be seeing some Tyreek defense, and I'm not going to be in love with that. I think Kyle Kuzma at 7.4 at this point is the guy that you just got to play. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope at 5.3 looks to be usable. If you get Jordan Clarkson starting again, I think 5.6 is a fair price. You can play him. And Josh Hart, man, is now 4.5. So if Brandon Ingram is out, that's going to put Josh Hart in play. That is definitely going to put Josh Hart in play. Also, off of the bench, you've got Julius Randle priced at 5.2. They could need another big like that, especially without having Brook Lopez there. So That's definitely somebody to look at. You can stack the Lakers starting for minus Bogut. Well, until we know what's up with Ingram. That's what we need to know that because he's a game time decision now. He was a full participant in practice Tuesday. He missed the team's past 2 games while nursing the bruised quad, but felt well enough to go through a full practice Tuesday. As a result, he should be considered questionable for Wednesday's contest versus the Grizzlies. So that's a good sign. That's a good sign. That is a good sign. We can see some Brandon Ingram. So, but we got no Lonzo Ball. So it is what it is, man. Now let's go over and check out on FanDuel and see if we got any price discrepancies here, and see if there's anything that we get, any moves we can make, anything that's jumping out to us, right? We got Boston and Charlotte on FanDuel. We got Kyrie at 8.6, blah blah blah. Tatum, nothing here I really see. Maybe some Rozier at 3.8 if the game gets away. That's a pretty cheap guy. Kimba at 7.5, Dwight Howard 8.2, Batum 6.1. Now these guys are fairly expensive here. Then we got Dallas and Indiana. Vic is 9.7. Good lord. Miles Turner 8.4. Young is 5.8. Collison is 5.6. Harrison Barnes 6.3. That looks pretty good. Dennis Smith Jr. is now 4.8. So that's cool. Dennis Smith Jr. is cheaper on FanDuel than he is on DraftKings. I kind of like Dennis Smith Jr. I think Dennis Smith Jr. on FanDuel looks to be a nice play and a nice value. I like that. I like that. That could be usable. Maxi Kleber is 3.6. That's going to be usable. Don't sleep on Dallas again. Dallas could be usable again. Then we got Washington and Atlanta where John Wall is 8.7. John Wall is cheaper on FanDuel than he is on DraftKings. That is a red flag. That is an alert. He looks usable. We got Porter. Look at Gortat. Cheaper than him. Well, Martin Gortat. That's cheap. That's cheap. Markieff Morris is cheaper on FanDuel at 4.5. That's huge value right there, bro. Schroeder is 8K. Bazemore is 6.1. He's a little bit cheaper. Ersan 5.3. Collins is 6.3. Big difference. Collins is 6.3 on FanDuel. 5.5 on DraftKings, I believe. We got the Knicks and my Knicks and the Chicago Bulls. Chris Dunn's up to 7.9 now. Marketing 5.7. Rolo 4.7. Not a big deal there. Kristaps 9.2. Cantor is cheaper, bro. Yo, Cantor is 6.8 on DraftKings. He's 6K on FanDuel. That's something to take a look at. It is. Lance Thomas, Jarrett Jack, blah blah blah. Then we got Denver and Minnesota, where Jokic is 9.1, priced up. We got Wilson Chandler. All those cats are priced up. All of them. Towns 10.5. Butler 8.9. T 6.7. Wiggins 5.7. Taj is a little bit cheaper. That may be something to look at. Then we got Brooklyn and New Orleans, where Boogie 11.4, AD 11.2, Drew 7.7. That's around the same price he is on FanDuel. I'm on DraftKings. I'm gonna look at that. Rondo is 5.5. Blah blah blah. Then we got Hollis Jefferson. Dinwiddie is 6.9. Same price on FanDuel. I'm on DraftKings. Same price. DeMarre Carroll 5.6. I think he's cheaper. What's DeMarre Carroll's price on DK? 5.3. Okay. He's 5.6 on FanDuel. So that's not a huge value. Not a huge value. Then we got Toronto and Oklahoma City. Lowry 8.2. He's way cheaper on DraftKings. DeMar DeRozan 8.9. Ibaka 6.1. None of these cats are really discounted. OG is 3.6 if you like that type of shit. But he's got Paul George to contend with. 11.6. Melo 6.1. Steven Adams 6.8. Roberson, nah. Then we got Cleveland, Sacramento, where LeBron's a little bit cheaper, man. He's 11.5 on FanDuel. That makes him usable on FanDuel. Kevin Love 8.4. Crowder 4.1. D-Wade 5.5. Green, okay. Carly Stein is up. Zebo is 6.1. Not a big difference there. Then we got Utah and Golden State. Donovan Mitchell 7'2". Yep, I like it. Dirk Favors 5'6". Yes. Oh man, Ricky Rubio is cheap as fuck, bro. 4.8 for Ricky Rubio. That is nutty. That is nutty. This is gonna be stars and scrubs on FanDuel, bro. Just looking at it, it's gonna be stars and scrubs on FanDuel. KD 11.7. Draymond, blah blah blah. Not a lot. Then Memphis and the Lakers. Gasol 8'6". Ricky Reek 4.85. Drew Harrison is still cheap at 4.2. And that's after being 30% owned, bro. Ingram is 7'2". Kuzma 7'4". That's fairly good. KCP 6'3". Clarkson 5'5". Mo, a guy like Roberson had a nice game last time out. Do these kinds of cats have runs in them where they play good ball and back-to-back games kind of thing? And that's a very good question. That's a very good question. But let's take a look at his game thread. Really, let's take a look. All right. So what happened with him? You know, he had an opportunity to get more counting stats because he was playing one of the higher paced teams. So he was able to make a mark in rebounds and assists. Rebounds and steals, a couple block shots. He was really able to do that in that spot. As you can see, when he plays the slower paced teams, you see the score. Utah 5. You know what I'm saying? Atlanta 16. Utah 8. And this is where he's going to be. This is like where he is in the mid teens. That's kind of where you're going to see him at. Very rarely you see him explode because he's just not an offensive threat. He's just not an offensive threat, and that's why I would curb my enthusiasm when it came to playing a team like Toronto, a team that's very smart with the ball and just don't turn it over a lot of times. So that's why Roberson, for me, wouldn't be a guy that I would want to play here in this spot. But great question. I definitely understand where you're coming from, man. Great question. So thank you too, man. I appreciate that back and forth, that chop it up. So we've got a solid player pool. I feel like we went to both sides, kind of correlated, came up with some value that we like. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go out, see what everybody else is talking about, gather all the news and notes from the NBA, from around the DFS industry. Then we're going to report back to the DFS Search Shop VIP at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay? Now, provided I don't go to the Charlotte game, because if I go to the Charlotte game, we got to do a little bit earlier. But provided that I don't go, we're going to get back in here at 5:30. We're going to chop this shit all the way up and hammer out some fire lines. Okay? If you want to be a part of that, it's very simple. I want you to go to this website. It is www.dfssweatshop.com. Upon your paid subscription, I will usher you into the very best Facebook group online where it all goes down and we build shit. So let's take a look. You've got two options of $14.99. That's 50 cents a day. Half a cup of coffee, 2 punk-ass quarters a day. Get you all access you need. And then the option 2 is for $119.99. It takes you through 365 days, a full calendar year. You can meet me right back here at this point next year. So you got those options, man. Thank you all so much for your participation, for your love, for your understanding, man, for your camaraderie, for your friendship. Thank you so much. Let's go out and win tonight. Let's go out and win. Let's go out and win. Now, let's keep it real. Let's keep it honest. And as always, keep it 300. Peace.